Well, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about this stabilizer. Now this is a stabilizer that I made. I just purchased a brand new Elite Remedy and I wanted to have a stabilizer on it and something different than the standard little rubber shock absorber that you get with a lot of new hunting bows. And I had been using in the past this really old stabilizer that I had off of an old, super old, I believe it was a Hoyt that I had. But in this one, this is kind of my DIY version. In true Jeremy Riggin style, I wanted something that I could make my own because I'm a cheapskate, and ultimately that's what it's about, was saving money on something that I didn't feel needed to be ultra precision and spend a couple $100s on a whole setup. So for 17 bucks at my local pro shop, picked up a quick disconnect, and that's where the purchase parts ends. So everything else is all made out of aluminum base here, aluminum tubing, and steel at the end. Why buy something that I think I can make? And I've got access to some tools that I'm sure a lot of people don't, but I'm going to make use of that. So stabilizer is all about being light at the bow and being heavy at the end with some weights. So what I did was I just purchased some 3/4 inch aluminum tubing. It's 49 thou wall and super light. I mean, this whole thing is 8 feet long and I can pick this thing up like it's almost nothing. We'll be cutting that down, and then for the end I'm going to make just as we had a chunk of steel here, I'm going to cut that down and make that so that it'll fit in the end of this tubing, and that's going to be kind of some weight, and then I'm going to have a threaded adapter on there that we can add some weights to. So I'm just going to kind of go through the machining process and kind of show what I'm doing. 7.2 ounces total, and then I can split that apart. I can put I'm going to end up getting a longer threaded bolt there, and then I can put on weights there. And basically this piece here, I'm going to put on here. This piece here, and we'll put on here. We're going to epoxy those together, and then basically this is going to be my stabilizer. It'll thread right into the bow, and it should do it. Yeah, I've got some 1-minute epoxy. I would prefer to have had something that takes a little longer to set up, but it's what I had, so I wasn't going to spend any more money. So just find your favorite Amazon box you're about ready to throw away, put it on there. We'll fill it kind of the insides, and then we're going to spin that thing on quickly. So this is the stabilizer here. This base piece is made out of 6061 aluminum stock, and then this tubing is 6061 3/4 inch diameter tubing with 49 thousandths wall. And then this was just some mild steel stock that I turned up on the lathe. Of course, I painted it blue and gray to kind of match the Elite colors. But you could easily make this using just some purchased components from McMaster-Carr. You could buy this tubing straight from McMaster-Carr, and then they have some adapters that are called weld. I forget the name, but like a weld nut, weld stud I think it is. And you can use just some JB weld to weld those two pieces together to bond those. It's just a 2-part epoxy that you can mix, and that's ultimately how I held both of these pieces onto this tubing, is just some 1-minute set epoxy and some that's JB Weld brand. So thanks for watching this video. Look for some videos that I'm going to have coming up on the Elite Remedy that I'll be really starting to practice it with, and as well as I have a new CBE Tactical Hybrid, I believe it's what it's called, Tactical Hybrid, and it is a movable 3-pin sight. Super excited to have that for shooting longer distances at some 3D ranges that I'm going to be visiting this summer. So thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe, and share.